Shoot. I think that's enough. I guess I'll wait for a couple more people. I think it's just me. You know, I remember when I first started doing this, I think there was like me, and that was it. I think maybe there's like 8 viewers. You know, most of you guys who I'm involved with right now, and it kind of slowly grew. I think we get maybe 20. Hey Jenny, how's it going? Let's see. Something's not right here. Hold on a sec. Something's cut off. Oh wait, that's because it's not zoomed in. There you go. All right. Good. Oops. Sorry, there's a default setting I gotta get rid of. How's it going, Dominic?
What's up, Ebon? You know, I have the screenshot from the very first one that you did. I was one of the first guys that came on.
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
Oh, hold on a second. Wait a minute. What's up, Ebon? You know, I have the screenshot from the very first one.
I think your YouTube is still.
Yeah, it is. I got it off. I have to find it. I got a bunch of stuff up in there.
No problem.
I'm glad. Let me see if I can post something on that Zoom screen.
Okay. Oh, I gotta. While you're doing that, I gotta try to make sure that people don't go automatically into the waiting room, which is kind of a cool thing with Zoom that Ring Central didn't have, where like say if you were someone big and you know you wanted to bring in people to ask questions like face to face, is you can actually have people in a waiting room, and then when you're ready, bring them in.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of like a radio or whatever. I don't know what you call them these days.
Tim Black came on that night. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, also, so people don't know, he did call me today. Left a message apologizing. I called back. I accepted. So we're okay. We're on good terms. I don't think we're gonna be working together like we did before, but you know, anything can happen in the future. Like for example, what Candlelight Media is going to be about providing people independent media, people who want to start, you know, verifying, spreading truth, information, you know, vetting information, making sure that you know you look at the sources, and when you release it to the public, you know it's very well done. And you know, so if he wants a shared account, that's possible for the Zoom, so he doesn't have to put money into it, and you know other people too. And once we grow, once we get raise money somehow or make money, we just keep adding in, figure out where the money goes, maybe start paying people who can work and make videos for like part-time. I mean, I think most of us right now are just well, I think you're retired, right, Dom? Yep. Well, you can make videos. I remember seeing a video of yours. It was like a documentary.
Oh, I did. You know, I didn't make that. Did you ever see that one? Are you talking about one on Vimeo?
Yeah, you're in an office or something.
Yeah, a friend of mine made that one. Yeah.
That was pretty good. I liked it. You should make more.
You know, I was thinking about it. I might put something together. Like I got time now and stuff.
Yeah. All right. Hey Kevin, how's it going? Yeah. I'm starting to debate whether I should start reading the news again or watching news. Not mainstream media news. I'm talking about like just news, just so I'm kind of up to date. So I felt like, I don't know. I feel like if I'm gonna be in media and I'm gonna try to, support people who are trying to be, tell news, independent media news and whatever, and talking about what our country needs when talking to political candidates, it might be good for me to know what's going on in the world, even though
you follow anybody on like YouTube now, like Hard Bastard or anybody like that?
Nope, I haven't followed anyone. There's True Stream Media. I've been kind of watching them the last day. There's some news, but I mean, there's some people I'm still signed up to, but I don't really watch any of their stuff. I just kind of nitpick and kind of see what interests me, and then I watch it. But if it's something that like mainstream media is doing and they're covering what mainstream media is talking about, I really don't really watch that. I pretty much stick to just kind of talking points and how they cover ideas and history and things like that.
Right.
I've been following a guy's channel. He's kind of like a AP, maybe a college AP, I think, not necessarily high school. But he's just like a history teacher and just kind of gleaming information from him.
Coach Red Pill, that guy?
Oh no, some other guy. He looks like Matt Damon. Tom Ritchie. This guy's name is Tom Ritchie. I want to try to show a picture so people know what I'm talking about. But he looks so much like Matt Damon. I just picture it's just Matt Damon teaching history. All right, let's see. Let me get. So people coming in. Hey Shirley, how's it going? Jake, awesome. Christian, come on, Christian. Hey Kat. Hey Winkle. Come on, you guys gotta come on. Oh wait, there's Eric.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
Hey Ebon, hi Dominic, I'm doing good.
Awesome. So just so you guys know, if you guys didn't know, I talked about it earlier, me and Tim are on okay terms. So
glad to hear that.
Let's see. Tom Ritchie.
We had Caitlin Johnson on here tonight.
Yeah, I heard. Also, Real Atticus. Oops. Sorry. I hate it when they play that. Okay. Yeah, so Real Atticus passed away. Late last night, I think.
I didn't see it last week.
That's sucks. I didn't really. I mean, I think he liked one of my tweets before, and I usually see his tweets. Someone's always retweeting one of his tweets, so that's how I kind of know him. But I didn't really know him, But I know other people did, and he was one of us. All right. So what I was gonna do is, if you look at YouTube, I'll show you who this Tom Ritchie guy is. I'd like to get him on, see what he's like. I can't zoom in very well. Okay, here it is. Ah, damn it. Okay. So that's the guy, Tom Ritchie. He looks like Matt Damon. Okay, so he's making helpful videos for AP and college students. Yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff. I kind of like what he does. Kind of makes history a little bit interesting. He just knows a lot off the top of his head, it seems like. And I think he was like a Bernie Sanders supporter. I don't know what happened after Bernie Sanders dropped out, whether he voted for Trump or Hillary or didn't vote or what, but it'd be interesting to talk to some of these people that I watch on YouTube and just kind of pick their minds, but it gets hard to do that. Some people don't care about views, I think. Some people do, and so well, Christians can be on a few. So kind of want to talk about what Candlelight Media what we're going to be about. So
Cool.
And you know, everyone else's input here is definitely in the consideration. So basically, we try to raise money or make money, you know, merchandise, whatever. Hey, Kevin. And we try to get as much views as we can, views that support what we're doing. And basically, we just kind of pay it forward. So a lot of us, it's not going to be about making money. If we raise like $2,000, that $2,000 is going to be going into maybe an additional Zoom account for someone, or another or two for a full year. It could be getting a camera, or like I was talking about last time, Eric, giving you if you're going to make videos and do a lot of these things in candidate town halls, then you're going to need stuff to make it work. You're going to need a upload bandwidth. You're going to need a graphics card. If you're who needs a graphics card? I think probably James and Stevie would probably need something like that. Stevie would probably also, and James probably would also need upload speed. So money goes into that. And then the more money we raise, and maybe there's other people out there that want to start but haven't. So people in chat, people who haven't really wanted to show their faces yet, Kevin or Garden.
Yeah.
You know, it's always a possibility. And then
I would never. Yeah. I wanted to say, I had my hand up. I wanted to say.
Oh, I couldn't see. Oh, there it is. Oh, the hand was low. Okay, sorry.
Sorry, I accidentally disabled my damn audio device for some fucking reason. Shit, what was I gonna say? On the whole money issue, you said like I caught like the last half of it because I was joining in and I didn't have the headphone in my ear, okay. And then you probably heard the feedback from the YouTube stream that I didn't mute it quite yet.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Restate that example about if you had like $2,000 or something like that. Could you do that again? Because I have an idea for that, but I just wanted to make sure if it would fit with what you said.
Yep. Okay. So say with the month in, or we just kind of had money trickling in somehow, whether it's merchandise or just donations, whatever. So what do we do with the $2,000? How do we expand in order to get more, get more? That way, saying not in just 2018, because I don't think we're going to be ready yet, but in 2020, when we want more people to run that are independent, third party, what have you, but not Democrats or Republicans, we're going to need to get more information out there. We want more people to view us and view us talking with these candidates, and just grow, work with other independent media. And so in order to do that, we're going to need to spend money to make sure people who make content can actually make content.
Okay, I understand where you're coming from. I was kind of looking on a fiscal sort of side of it. Okay. Let's just say we have somebody that wants to do videos. They're set at a place or whatever. And you said you wanted to try to pay people and all that for part-times and things like that. But there are different ways you could implement that money that would be more effective than paying them. Let's say for their housing costs, because if you could eliminate some of their utility bills or substantially reduce them, that's effectively paying them more, because then they have more money in their pocket that they're not spending on their bills. So that could be a potential route. And plus that would kind of stick with the whole vibe of the whole thing, where we kind of want to improve individual standings and help out people. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that kind of, I think that might be able to get worked in there.
And that makes sense. I mean, like electric bill, like if you're doing this stuff, you're going to have a computer, you're going to be
Well, imagine this. If we got enough money, we could set up a completely independent studio that literally has its own networking capabilities to where we can build our own fucking internet if we want to. And we could have our own subscription fees. I mean, it's been done before down in Detroit. They have their own self-built internet, that allows accessibility to apps and things like that. And that could be implemented along with, there are several ways to go about this versus an individual standpoint, people just making content at their homes and stuff like that, or to do it into a studio sort of thing where they do it. And then it doesn't have to be limited to just media too. Because think about it, if you can help to create some form of industry along it that could support that media, you know what I mean? That would.
So my software,
you know
company,
what I mean?
Yeah, I mean my software company that's when I want to build platforms to get media to a level where we're more connected, where we're talking to each other, not just having mainstream media take over all the technologies. So,
well, not just that. Like, let's say somebody had a piece of land or something like that, and then we wanted to employ people. All right. Okay, we can employ them to produce the desks, to produce the stuff there. So we can keep our money within our system. You know what I mean? While raising up everybody. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to, like, and this is more of a less, this is more tangible things.
Yep.
You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there are ways this could be expanded upon.
Yes.
Oh, and big time.
Well, and not just expanded upon in media form, though.
Yeah. I mean, what we can. I think we're gonna take small steps. We're not gonna have.
Well, no, that can be a small step. I mean, that whole thing can be broken down into small plan pieces. Mm-hmm. And then be tailor made for individual situations or group studio situation, or what needs to be done, because there's a lot of things to think about. I mean, you're better when it comes to the technological point, like distribution of the media, creating the format, the incorporating, the things like that. You're more, but I'm more, how do you power the building that you're working out of? How do you reduce all your costs and all that? That way you have more money that can be used more effectively to bring more media people in and things like that. Like, it's just an idea. I'm just spitballing. You know what I mean?
That's great. We need ideas at this point. So.
Oh, big time.
Well, because that would be a way to function more effectively on a shoestring budget for starting. Because if you can downsize the expenditures that people need just on their daily lives, that it frees up more time. It frees up more money for them, and it kind of helps everybody all around out.
Yeah.
And
so right now, I have a bad feeling YouTube and Periscope and let's see. Oh.
I think that was the very first one.
Oh, wow.
I think 517.
Holy smokes.
517. Yep. I use that for my screen, like for my screensaver.
Yeah.
For I don't like, that's what's on there. It looks like the computer's actually on. A couple times I got the mouse and tried to get off the screen.
Wow, we came a long way from then.
It goes by fast.
Yes, it does. My second kid wasn't even born yet. What was I gonna say? I mean, we gotta make sure that we kind of spend the money we have wisely. An idea is something that people can share if they're working with us. So I want people to work independent. If they want to work with us, I think they're able to use our tools, our software, our licenses. Let's say we get copyright licenses to show mainstream media news. That way you can play back any mainstream media news and you won't be copyright striked against themselves. Because, I mean, if you think about it, we just need to buy a copyright license for our company. But if 20 people who are covering news, 20 people would have to buy their own copyright license. And that doesn't make sense. So what they do is they partner with us. We provide licenses, and in return, maybe we work out some deal where we could play their videos, right? Something. Other ideas. What was my other idea? Go ahead and chime in. I'm just hearing crickets.
No, I literally heard crickets. Yeah,
Yeah, it's coming from Dominic.
he's got his garage door open.
Yeah. Hey, Sir Chad.
So,
Hey, Sir Chad.
how's it going? How's it going?
Good.
You guys hear me all right?
It's
Those crickets are pretty loud, though. I mean, hearing them from a good 30 foot away.
Whenever you
Yeah.
talk, there's kind of a lot of loud humming noise, Sir Chad. That could just be like an AC unit or something.
Probably AC.
Okay.
Kind of sounds like an AC or a fridge or something like that.
Yeah, I can turn the mic down so it's not so hot.
Much better.
All right. I turn the speakers down. So, yeah, no, I was listening. I didn't mean to interrupt, whatnot. I was gonna say though about raising money. Take the song like the Redneck Economics song and do it. I want to do a bunch of songs for everybody, like an intro song,
Aw,
something,
That's so sweet.
something that you know is catered to that person. But I've already got some incredible artists and producers and people to work on it. So I mean, we can do whatever, basically whatever style of music, whatever, you know, again, cater to the person.
Yeah.
So we make full songs, and then that's one way we sell the songs, and then we put that towards, you know, the company, the media company, and then towards the people to their show. You know what I mean? Like, and somehow, you know, delegate in order to, you know, get it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's in a weird way, media or news or whatever you would have, like some type of medium is important because that gets more, like, say, even for musicians, gives musicians more of an outlet so people can hear the music than it would be just on their own channel. Of course,
Right.
So it kind of has to branch out. It'd be nice to have a lot of indie musicians, you know, kind of doing their stuff. And like, I'm not sure how Tidal does it, but you know, I have a feeling that the smaller musicians may not get as much money out of it. So it's like, what are your thoughts about how like music that's involved with like a media company would work, like royalties, like?
Well, here's what. Well, the way I would want to do it is, I mean, basically, it's like a theme song, you know, like the Golden Girls, thank you for being a friend, those kind of things. But I would want to make it the song would, the copyright, what it would go to the company and obviously to the person doing it. Like it would be, and the way it works is, you know, I mean, you can sell the song, or if it's played or whatnot through certain channels or whatnot, then you can register it and stuff like that. But again, for the proceeds to go towards building the media. So that way it's, you know, once you build up an audience, and you have influencers. One person with a few 100,000 followers can make something explode, and being able to put a whole project together. That's the way I look at it. So to be able to put the whole project together, then they have these different types of merchandise and different things to purchase that is useful, as well as it goes into you know, helping build what everybody's doing. Like something like what Kevin's saying, but it's using the creative aspect of it. So for people to give their skill set in order to build from that for everybody.
Because I imagine operating a media corporation or just operating a group of people to have media and getting them an income, I imagine having all their power covered, their heating covered, and their housing covered would be a big benefit for them, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that would substantially reduce their bills, increase the amount of money they make so they can personally reinvest themselves into what they have, or even if they want to start something in their area, let's say somebody had a YouTube thing, and we're going to have they've done it for a while, and now we're going to have a meeting, kind of a get together sort of project or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are many ways, because it's like I'm kind of pulling from the Habitat for Humanity kind of framework, how they got a lot of the workers for the building of it. But that's different though. Also, that was a lot of volunteering. But there are ways of structuring this to where it can be incredibly beneficial, and there are ways of structuring it where it will self-destruct. So you got to be careful.
Yeah.
But making money your number one priority is not necessarily the best goal.
Nope. And, you know, that's why it's just working with what we got. Most of us kind of work or have money that has
if you
some
can
type of
prevent the
income.
need for money, right?
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fundraising because.
Sorry for interrupting you, Ebon.
That's right.
No, I was saying it's more fundraising. You know, it's something that I know how to do, and I look at it. You need money, and you need to be able, like we say, to allow people to do it full time and allow people to focus on it, so we can build a coalition, so we can give, we can help, highlight and elevate people. So that's, it's such a super important part of it, to have, to be able to maneuver. But the transparency is going to make that more comfortable, because it's going to be able to say, okay, these songs basically are going to be donated, and that's how I want to set it up. And I want to be able to. I'm looking at it from a culture aspect through music and through entertainment, to be able to change the narrative of what is, what we're supposed to be talking about. And I dealing with a lot of artists and writers, I try to interject, a lot of politics stuff into it, and try to explain, exactly what's going on. So this is a way to get them involved in politics as well. Giving them an outlet to say, here, you're putting your craft to help build real media, independent media, and it's going to, people want to help, and I got a few cats that, so I'm saying, like, whatever anybody needs on that, it's going to be awesome, because it's just like when Elton John or whatever, they do stuff, they report a song, and the proceeds of that song goes to whatever, and we can set it up however, even if we want to. It's not going to be a non-profit though, right? Or
well, even non-profits aren't technically non-profit,
right? But I'm curious as far as, like, because if people give their skill set, then they could write that off.
Yeah.
If we really want to get really conniving with the tax code, we could write off a lot of shit.
Yeah. As long as most people aren't going to be, I have a feeling it's not going to be till like 3 or 4 years in where we might actually reach, like, say, a net, profit, other than like what everyone's operating on, of, say, maybe like 100, 200 grand. That's probably the right outlook. I think like 8 years from now we might reach 1 million, but we don't know what things are going to be like in 8 years. So basically it's basically like, if you're starting off poor, you're going to have to just make sure you account for every penny and spend it as wisely as you can for the long haul, and then eventually, something happens, a break happens. I think like political seasons, especially where it's presidential elections, can get big on independent media markets. So we, focus might be more towards that, and it won't be the mainstream media narrative of the political season.
No, I'll pretty much just go ahead and just mock the mainstream media and just call them nonsense and distraction. You don't need to listen to them. They're a bunch of attention whores anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And you're buying into their bullshit propaganda culture.
And hit them pretty hard,
I will. And I'm not afraid to back off.
Also, we could also incorporate advertisements, but not like corporate advertisements. Like, let's say, more tailored to our goals advertisement.
Yeah.
Which like physical material wise, like advertisement for an insulation company, advertisement for heating company, advertisement for renewable stuff you could have, advertisement for emergency power solutions, small ones, let's just say like that little gravity light thing. You ever seen that? It's a cool little device.
Yeah. We whitelist advertisers. We can have a blacklist of like, we really don't really want to advertise for Monsanto or like
or
ExxonMobil or whatnot. So
let's start advertising for Wells Fargo.
Like, oh my God. You'll know when we start selling out is when we're starting to do all that crap. Let's see.
Yeah, if anybody ever sees a Wells Fargo ad on any of this stuff or a bank ad, you know who to blame. Ebon.
Kevin. It'll be Kevin.
Bullshit! You're the one in charge of it right now.
Yeah. Well, right now, who knows? When I leave, it's like, all right, he's gone. We can go ahead and start advertising and make millions. I'll make 30,000 a day like Maddow.
Oh God, 30 grand a day. All we'd have to do is do it for 1 year. Then we'd have enough money set up between us all to where we could actually form a strong, resilient force that could actually deter all this. But then again, once people get on the teat of large amounts of money and corruption, that doesn't turn out so well.
Yeah.
Maybe you can look up like Jenkins. Somebody will give you 20 million.
Well, sometimes you just gotta lay pipeline.
Trigger jank.
And this is what I like of starting it this way. Is like people can watch us and see how we're gonna structure it, where we're gonna go, where we're gonna decide on stuff. It's like our own company meeting, but the company meeting is public, and the public can influence it. It's like but the problem is we don't want too much public because they could just have paid government trolls to vote against what we really want, type of stuff. So my strategy, of adding in votes, I still want to do it. I think it's just gonna have to be planned better. I think we just definitely need, I need to get the website up. Tomorrow I'll be getting the corporate bank account in a local Eastern bank, and then that's that. And then I guess I'll set up, I don't know what we want to set up. I feel like I want to plan and just start getting in views before we start.
Structuring this appropriately is definitely a complicated process.
Yeah.
Because if you do it, I mean, just okay. I have some how to put it, focusing over views over content. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, which would you rather have, quality content or just a billion views on a video or you bashing your head on a wall or something?
Yeah, it's quality
maybe
content.
we could do an entertainment channel, but
yeah, I mean,
we could do an entertainment jackass channel or something.
No, I think it's like entertainment. A lot of it that I like. I mean, basically what everyone else likes. Like I want to have something like say someone made a movie and it was horrible.
Well, I just want to add this one thing about entertainment. About the whole entertainment thing, we could get Snork to do a home gardening channel. I mean, HG or the home gardening channel is one of the most watched things on the mainstream media.
Yeah,
it's got higher ratings than their damn news shows do. I mean, fucking gardening show would do pretty good.
Video games is my source of entertainment.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just kind of horrible how horrible they are, though, when a gardening show outdoes them. Well, the gardening show's more useful. At least you can get some useful information out of that.
I think, and a lot of it is gotta, it has to be a very structured, stable platform. I think the problem with most of us is most of us work, and then all of this is kind of done on like a part-time thing, so it's it's hard to get something like content out there, even if it's like 30-minute quality content every day. Yeah, that's still pretty tough because I think it takes probably like 3 hours, 4 hours if you want to add in the correct edits and stuff like that into it.
Well, if we had 7 people, then each one could take a week to produce one quality content thing at a time, and then alter it out and break it up into like 3 videos per one day of the week.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That way, you always have constant quality content. They have a margin of time to do it in that's reasonably comfortable, and it distributes the load out more. And you could even do joint conferences between people that.
So do we want to start one channel? Because my thought was not just to use YouTube, but use like Vimeo, use Periscope, use even Facebook. As much as I hate Facebook.
BitChute's a good one.
Or Steam It. Use them all.
Steam It, use them all. And so basically...
Steam It, we might actually be able to get some Bitcoin monetization also. Possibly. That's just one possible source of revenue.
And so basically...
Do they do live streaming?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, it doesn't have to be live stream.
I would do live streaming, and plus I would upload all my videos. Like
I was talking about the Steam It thing. I'm not precisely sure. And BitChute is supposed to be doing some form of monetization, but I'm not really super informed about them. I know the basic layout of them. That's about it.
But yeah, basically, if they do incorporate streaming, I'll just restream basically from our stream. It's pretty easy. I don't think it would. Hopefully, it wouldn't hog up too much bandwidth. But I could also use other people's help. I know Snork has a lot of upload bandwidth, so that could help restream if we need to, or if someone else wants to do it.
Isn't there a way to interconnect our bandwidth to where we could break it up into bits? Like effectively any person from any location could use whatever bandwidth they have, or no, they'd be limited by what could go out. But then they could possibly, never mind.
That only works for, say, encoding. So basically using your strength of any part of your machine to help out to encode the picture, the video quality of
well, video processing does take a decent computer to do.
Yeah. So that can be done, but
what would be the minimum bandwidth that you would need for uploading?
So basically, if you're going to do full HD, which is at 1080p, at 30 frames per second, it's about 6 megabits per second. And when you're going up to 60 frames per second, that's almost 11 megabits per second. But if you want to just do 720, which isn't that bad, it's still high quality at 30 frames per second.
I have like 25
megabits upload.
Yeah.
Holy smokes! Yeah, that's really
Is it
good.
megabits or megabytes?
Megabits.
Okay.
So 25 megabits upload. You can probably do 4K. Let's see, 4K.
Why would you do 4K?
At 60 frames per second, you could probably do that. That's how fast your upload speed is, Dominic.
Well, what would that? You wouldn't really have to use that much, though, right? Are most people like looking at it at 1080, or they?
Yeah, most people just look at it at 1080. I mean,
Actually, from the YouTube reports that I've seen, a lot of people use 480. A good chunk of them.
Oh, yeah.
Saves on space too.
Yeah, mine fluctuates from it's on auto. Sometimes it's like 720. You know,
no, I mean like I was saying that's what normally people watch it at for YouTube, and then YouTube is also damped down some people's videos to where it won't because YouTube has all the servers and all the shit and all the crap that all this stuff goes on to, and sometimes they tamp it down. I've seen some that were limited to 480, but I know you're able to put it out at whatever video resolution you can record it and upload it at. But just from what they said, most people watch a lot of the videos at 480 from what I've seen.
Well, if you can pump it out at that, it doesn't hurt to pump it out at that. If they get it, they get it. If not, they get it below them.
Yeah, it's kind of non-issue, really. Yeah. Recorded on a high content, and if they want to watch it lower, they got click the gear thing. There you go.
And I was thinking of like content, like fishing is one of mine, and one of my videos, I think it was just where I caught like a decent sized trout. I think it got like 1.4 thousand views. Just catching a fish. It's nice. It's relaxing. I think I want to set it up better, set up a lot of things better. So instead of just backdrop, you can actually, I might just show up. So I'll have probably 2 different areas. The only problem is my space is just so small where I live at. Just trying to set up where it's just not a lot of clutters is gonna be tough. But yeah, I don't know. I can't, and also I can't really go anywhere too much, because if I go in the basement, I'm usually right underneath my bedroom, and so that's where my wife sleeps. I'd wake her up and possibly the baby, so I can't go there.
You got your own backyard or something?
Yeah, but I also don't want to wake up neighbors if they're out there.
Why don't you just stick a shed? Put a little shed out there and use that as your little video studio thing. You could soundproof it relatively easily. You know what I mean? They be as loud as you can want. You'll have more room for your stuff.
Like
just be
on the deck. I could try to set up like a tent.
Possible. I was just saying a shed, because then you could, middle of the winter, no problems at all. You know what I mean?
I don't own a house. I'm leasing.
Well, you can get portable sheds. You can just have it picked up and dropped off wherever the hell you want.
How come you need more space? What would you need space for?
Oh, just having a better setup where you could just actually see me instead of just this in the background. Because I want to hang up my, I want to believe X-Files poster. Anyways, Snork, you were going to say something?
Just like how
he wants to put up scenery.
Hold on, Snork.
My father's sleeping above me. I have a sound wall behind me that is made out of PVC pipe with 1/8 inch plywood on the side of it, and then I have this sound reducing curtain, and he doesn't hear me.
Okay.
And that's a very quick, easy, non-permanent, doesn't damage the walls kind of thing to put up.
Also, you could do soundproofing with egg cartons. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'll have to do. Because I was thinking of just using a curtain. That way I don't have to use this little thingy.
You can purchase sound reducing foam that is fireproof too.
Yeah.
Are you talking about rock wool?
No, it looks like egg cartons, but it's not a fire hazard.
No, the rock wool is good up to 2,400, I believe it is.
Oh no, I don't
around
mean
there.
The rock wool is but the
polystyrene.
No, I'm trying to think of the name of the type of foam, but it's really good at sound absorbing, and it doesn't take much. And so he could make a booth inexpensively.
For the sound dampening thing, I've noticed it's sometimes it's not the soft surface, it's actually the shape of the surface. Because I've noticed with the high dampening areas, they use it's almost like a heat sink. You know how an aluminum heat sink would look, where you got the flat part and then you got all these fins, and basically they make the fins out of foam, and then as the sound comes in, it bounces in between, though it dampens and then finally dissipates. So sometimes it's not necessarily, you don't necessarily have to have a soft material or anything like that. You just have to have a way to dampen and basically use up the energy of the sound, I guess, or use up the energy of the pressure wave.
I was thinking, you guys were talking about structure and whatnot. I'll make the list of the people that want to do the shows, that want to be you know, have their own. Under, I guess under Candlelight, I'm sure you're putting together some sort of like. I don't know if you're going to endorse people or if it's going to be directly linked or there's options or whatnot. But anyways, make a list and then kind of figure out what everybody wants to talk about, and then we start organizing content, you know, based upon what they talk about. So if we know certain people talk about this or whatnot, we can um, start to have, you know, because the way the mainstream media does it, they use some of the same language and they get to the same point, but everybody kind of talks to different identities or they reach a different audience, you know. But to have, you know, to have it set up to where we know and we are aware of which identities, you know, people can address or can reach, and we can start, I guess, feed the same information to get to the same point, I guess, you know.
That sounds awfully close to sheepdogging.
No.
I'm just saying that's what it kind of like. Don't get me wrong. I get what you're saying, but it's like I feel like there could be a
better way to explain.
Well, maybe not better way to explain, but a better way of implementation. Because the having a bunch of people that are saying similar things to get hold of certain particular groups of people to guide them into a singular, it's kind of like narrative pushing. I would assume we want some form of a narrative kind of, but not like we want a more honest and truthful narrative supported by evidence and facts.
Right. Well, and that's the difference. You know what I mean? And it's not to you know, fool somebody into believing something. The idea is to say, okay, well, you know, individuals, they respond to different people better or worse. You know, people like different types of approaches, different characters. Even if they're saying the same thing, they may want to hear their information from this type of person. So to understand and know someone's target audience, it's going to be easier when you know, having a list of the people that are the roster or whatnot. It's going to be easier to say, okay, well, where can we pump this person up at? Because that's how these internet media companies would do it. They'd say, okay, where are similar type people making money and getting the views and getting the attention? Where are these boards? Where are these shows? And then we can introduce that person into that network. See what I'm saying? Like, these are all cultures and subcultures. We just have to be able to reach, because we're all saying the same message. It's just we're all speaking different language. So we just have to understand what language and how we're speaking to people.
That's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was going about before, a long time ago, people don't like the word progressives on, you know, libertarian side. So it's do we try to steer away from a certain words, certain terms, certain labels?
How about we steer away from none of them?
What do you mean by none of them? Just use them?
Like, use them as they're actually intended to be used and define the definitions for them as you use them.
Exactly.
That way they literally have a fucking reference video. That way they can't take any of your shit out of context.
Yeah, put it in the proper context.
Yes, redefining what these words mean, and we can say
not define it as actually what they're supposed to mean in the first place.
But here's the thing: is for some people it's redefining. When I say left and right, you know, it's a two-party system. So when you're talking about like the corrupt or the corporate left, you have to have definitions that explain that specific group of people, that specific type of mentality. So we're not marginalizing. That's what I mean by that.
You know, Amanda had a good a good point the other night. She said she's a universalist. You know, a universalist, and I think the definition of a universalist would be somebody that sees things that could be and wants to work with people that want to try to make them that way. So you're not, you know, whether they're right, whether they're left, whether they're libertarian. You know, we don't.
Wouldn't that be an idealist?
Well, a universalist means that you accept all the ideas. You know, you accept any idea that is going to accomplish the goal. Okay, so you could be a libertarian, or you could be.
Well, the goal is an ideal, right? I'm sorry. I'm just kind of like it. No, never mind.
Yeah, like we can get into that point later, but you don't change the point that I'm trying to make. Okay, the point that I'm trying to make is that we don't adhere to any. The philosophy we adhere to is whatever is going to get us to the goal. Okay, that might be an idealistic goal, but you don't want to call yourself an idealist. You want to call yourself a universalist because you'll accept a universal range of ideas to get to that goal. And if you're willing to work toward that goal, we're willing to work with you. Okay, we want no intervention. We want legalized marijuana. You know, we know what we want, you know, and people that are working toward that, you know, we'll certainly help them.
It's not.
I get what you're saying.
It's not being a left wing, right wing. It's being the bird. It's being the eagle.
Yeah, you're free to pick, you know, anyone that you want to pick that's going to help you. You know, you're not going to say, oh, he's a Republican, I'm not going to work with that guy. You know, if that guy's working
James.
If he's working toward world peace, or he's working toward legalized marijuana, or something that you think is a good thing, why wouldn't you work with him? You know, that you can flush out the other issues after you get to the hill, you know. Once you take the hill, then you can figure out where you're going to get your water and all that other stuff. But in the meantime, you got to like have a focus that, you know, if that guy can get me to the top of the hill, I'm going to work with him. You know, we can get ourselves to the top of the hill, then we can figure out what we're going to do from there. But there's a lot of stuff that we agree with people that we're afraid to discuss with them only because they got a different label, or we'll turn off what they say, which is just what the oligarchs want.
Who's got the hill now?
They got the hill now. They got the hill now.
Yeah, it's being occupied by.
And they got a lot of ambition too.
It's not just a hill. It's more like a giant fortress. So we're gonna need like fucking Pickle Rick to go in there. And anyway, that's.
Got to storm the castle.
Have fun storming the castle.
Work.
Right, but that's the thing, is it's not just a quiet little hill by itself. It's a rather giant fortress with phalanx system on every 25 feet, and they protected it so much. It's going to take some serious technology like this to put a crack in this wall.
Well, James, you're going to need to figure out how to use it and stream on your own.
I know, right?
Everyone's gonna get there.
How many lumps do you want? 1 or 2 or 3?
Snork's getting really close, getting it all set up. I think he just needs. I gotta show him how to do a duplicate and switch, and get ready to switch during studio mode, or if he's gonna set up a second computer and monitor, so when he shows the stuff that he wants to show, it doesn't mess up the format. Like whenever I try to share stuff as the host, everything gets all weird.
Yeah, I think I'll need a second CPU and 3 more monitors, and everything will be fine.
Don't you already have like 4?
I only
And
have
aren't
3.
you already running 2 computers?
Mostly this one.
Isn't that 4 gigahertz? No.
Yeah, it's a little over 4.
Yeah.
With 8 processors, or 8
8 cores.
8 cores.
Can I
Does it
also,
have that big little architecture to it?
Yeah, right now I've got 7 cores in the back that are really piping out, and then I've got YouTube over here on the left. So I probably got mine a little bit on the maxed out right now. I'm running a simulation, and it's really taking up my power. But I don't appear to be jumping or anything yet. So at least on my end, maybe on your end, you might be seeing me as going.
No, it's fine.
Nah, you seem good.
I mean, for streaming and stuff like this, you hardly use any CPU. So,
No, you use more internet than anything.
I think, let's see, I have 6 cores, 4.6 gigahertz, and my CPU utilization is around 4%. So it's mostly my graphics card.
I should check out my utilization.
All right. Anyways, that was kind of it for me. Oh, hey,
High tech move.
So does anyone want to host it, James or Eric, or heck, even you, Christian? Have you never hosted anything yet?
I have, yeah, actually. Yeah, James handed me the comm one night. It was that same night where that girl came in. Remember, James?
Oh,
that girl.
You're muted, James.
What was so bad about it?
I don't
think it was bad.
No, it was bad. It was
like I know that she was like very self-conscious about her image.
She was doing this the whole time.
Well, you do the same thing, James.
That's true, but I do it like this.
Yeah,
Wow.
James breathes a lot. But Dominic does do that.
I'm good.
Dominic's doing
James
it
had a
all the
cool
time.
What's that? Comb my hair?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whipping your hair back and forth.
you're beautifying, man. You're beautifying.
Oh boy.
I don't think
Did
I'm
you know
cool,
that
I'll
fake
see it,
news blamed Pokemon Go for Russia interference?
Oh God.
So fucking stupid.
You know, I'm surprised they didn't hack Pokemon Go, like put a rare Pokemon on the check Hillary box.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She promoted it to go out
She
to the
did.
polls, and now she fucking blames it. I mean, the Pokemon Company International should sue for fake news.
Hmm.
Oh, they should do it.
Okay, it looks like James has volunteered.
To be the hall monitor.
I said I'm good, Ebon, like 2 times. But
Oh, you did?
Oh, give it to Christian. Give it to Christian.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
let
hey,
Christian-
Christian, can you private DM me and send me your YouTube stream code?
Yes, I can try and do that. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna move it to his channel.
Yeah.
That way Ebon can go drink.
Remember to give everybody your YouTube channel, bro.
Actually, I won't be drinking. That's why I'm not drinking. This is coffee because I need to set up 2 extra
Cafefe?
computers. Cafefe.
Oh,
yeah.
you're working tonight. Okay.
Mhm.
Don't take me serious, man. I'm joking.
Yeah, sure you are.
I never take Jay serious. Never.
Hey, this is Tech Move tonight. That Jay guy, man, he's somewhere else in the universe.
You get it, Ebon?
I don't see it. Oh,
Well,
did you?
I am pretty
Oh, I
quick.
see it. Wait, what's going on? No, you got
What happened?
not your YouTube page on. You have to go to your YouTube page
Okay.
and go to your creator studio,
Oh, I think I know what you're referring to.
Yep.
Okay. Hold on.
and then when you get there, you're gonna have a go to live streaming.
Let me see.
It'll be on the left page to go live streaming, and then at the very bottom, you'll see your encoder setup. You'll have a stream name /key. Reveal it, copy it, paste it, send it to me on either DM or here.
Okay.
In the chat.
Yeah, private, so not everyone can use it.
But yeah, no, that would be better in private, right?
Yeah.
No, I think this is great. We're moving this stuff around. We gotta get up to speed on learning the Zoom stuff so all of us can do this.
Yep. All right, Christian.
He's smiling though. He's liking this, and he's large in charge tonight.
Click on that link. It should take you to your own live stream page.
Right.
Do you see what do you see on that screen?
Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, I think I got. Hold on. Now I think I got it. All right. Give me a second, Ebon.
Yeah, it'll be a mix of letters, numbers, and dashes.
Got it?
No, that's not it yet.
Christ.
Hold
on. So just break it down for me again. What am I supposed to be looking for again? Just explain it to me.
It's a stream name / key.
Stream name /
So if you
okay, yes, I got it. Yes, now I see it. It's a mix of letters, numbers, and dashes. Yes.
Yep, and you had to click the reveal button in order.
Yes, I did.
All right, there you go. Now on that same page,
right.
Update your title and your description, because when you actually go live, you're gonna have that show up for people.
Streaming with Ebon.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not gaming.
Are you doing Mana Talk? Is that how it is, or is that the James yours?
No, it's not going to be me. It's going to be Christian's going to do it. I don't know what his title is, but
no, I'm in general.
I'll just do anything goes for now.
Yeah.
All right. Make sure you put in a date so people are looking.
Oh, what was
for
the question,
specific...
Dominic? What was your question, Dominic?
And also tell people what your channel is.
Yeah.
My name.
Yeah, you just type
Say something in the chat so I can. Oh, there you are. I see something in the chat. I'll just grab your name and look for it. Oh yeah, is your account private?
Do not believe so. No.
Yeah,
because if it's private, when people try to look for it, they ain't going to be able to find it.
There's going to be a category and a privacy. Make sure that the categories say news and politics, and privacy is public.
Yeah, it's there, Bum.
Okay. And also, you have the con. Well, you can. So what's great about this for Zoom is you can have co-hosts. So
we have a slight technical difficulty. For Christian Zandiver, or however you say your last name, I just looked you up on YouTube, and there's literally 4 different accounts with the same name.
Well, that's why you use the specific.
I did use a specific name. I literally copied and pasted it right off his screen name, and I got 4 different accounts here.
It should be with my picture on it. It's a headshot of me with a bit longer hair and.
There's only two subscribers right now.
I just posted a link to Christian.
I'm not seeing your thing at all. I see Christian. I mean, I see a bunch of them all have a C, different colors, 0 subscribers,
don't
0,
worry,
2.
Don't worry, Kevin. I already got it.
Oh.
Okay. So one more thing, Christian. Yeah. On the bottom of the Zoom application, there's a invite button. Click on it. And on the bottom of the pop-up, there's copy URL and copy invitation. Click on the copy invitation button. And then go ahead and paste that into your description somewhere so people can jump in if they haven't yet.
Okay. I'm doing that right now.
Now I gotta make sure to put your name. I have to do that when we switch. Actually, I'll do that now.
Okay, so I have the title, I have the link in the description, I have the category set up. you have the stream name, the key. So I guess, I don't know, how do we go online here now? It says live stream offline.
You don't do anything right now since I have it set up. I just end up doing it.
Sure.
So I'm just trying to set up the name for the anything goes. So just bear with me a bit.
How's everybody doing tonight, by the way? I forgot to ask that.
Doing pretty good.
Absolutely marvelous. Simply marvelous.
No, James, no, I was just asking what the name of your show is going to be.
I like Monotalk. The reason why I like Monotalk is because Mana means Mana.
Doesn't that mean soul?
Yeah, it's like in Hawaiian, it means like your chi.
Yeah, your chi, your key, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everyone, go ahead and go to Christian's channel. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And also, we're going to see you guys there. People who are on Zoom, go ahead and stay on Zoom. And we'll see you guys in a bit.